okay, at the respective countries. So we are working towards that now. So I can see that the model of having central Sharia court at the regulatory level is becoming more popular and is expanding from one country to another country. And we have the Sharia Quality Board at the bank level, which they have the utmost autonomous. Now in case of Malaysia, okay, yes, we have the central body and we have the Sharia supervisors at the bank level. So this does not mean that we are curbing the freedom of the advisors at the bank level. Yes, I mean they have the freedom, of course. I mean they have to be referred to. If you look into the Islamic Banking Act of Malaysia, it is clearly stated that the bank has to abide by the decision that is being made by the Sharia Supervisory Board at the bank level. So it's mandatory for the institution to take that. On top of that, the role of the Central Sharia Board is very much in terms of trying to standardize practice across Malaysia. Okay, so whatever new product that is there in the market, it has to be brought to the Central Board, which the Central Board will approve it, okay, and then we can go into the market. If a particular product is approved at the regulatory level or the central level, so it does not have to go through again for the approval, because sometimes you know that the banks usually they will change some of the features of the product, okay, which they will insert certain features, and but the basic on the main product which is being used is the same. So this kind of product is not really have to go to the central board, the Islamic banking department will endorse it without further regulation. Now we have the bank level, and we have some of the institution outsourcing their Sharia advisory services. I think this has become more popular nowadays, right? Which we can see that a lot of many Sharia supervisory companies is being established in many jurisdictions. And we have the Central Sharia Board for the whole group, as an example, that Al-Barakah, we have the Central Board. And individuals undertaking the Sharia, they lower application also, you can see that, particularly in the neighborhood of school as well as some other products. Okay, I'm going to skip some of it. Now, the establishment of Sharia community in Malaysia generally, you can see that it has to go through the central body. This is in the guidelines, what I mentioned earlier on. So as to ensure that qualified Sharia scholars are being appointed in the respective Sharia court. So it has to go through the central bank. Okay, with the central bank will give the approval, then with the respective bank can appoint the Sharia court. Now, one interesting point I would like to highlight here about the Sharia advisory, what is mentioned in the regulation is that in Malaysia, one scholar can sit only on one bank. They are not allowed to sit on different banks. So this, I think to a certain extent, since the introduction of such regulation in 2005, we have been able to create some sort of pool of Sharia scholars. Because I think for us, we believe in diversity, in the sense that you need to diversify the talent, okay, and give chance to more and more people to sit and to gain the experience in the. So that's why we can see that quite a number of institutions in Malaysia, we have one of the senior figure in the board, and then these are assisted by 2 or 3 other figures. So we hope that by this, okay, we can see that the growth is good. Okay, the sense that we have more and more Sharia scholars. Because I think generally when you talk in the industry, people are crying. Some people say, well, we only have 250 scholars across the globe, okay, to advise on this, and we have more or less 20 prominent names, okay, which are sitting in various Sharia courts, in which I believe that the diversification is very much important, okay, and some critics will point out that how can, let's say, a particular person sits in about 50 or 60 baht. Okay, so when the person is going to devote the time, and that might, raise the question of integrity and efficiency of the advisory service. So I think the intention of every is that we try to diversify, okay, and try to get more and more talent okay, I'm going to summarize. I'm not going to go through this because I have 130 slides. Just to summarize some of the important points that I have in my slides. The other thing is that, of course, in terms of qualification, I'm very much concerned about the qualification. It is there in the standard in the regulation that the person who wanted to become, to sit on any particular Sharia board has to be a person who has a qualification in Islamic law, whether it is fiqh or usul fiqh. That is important so that we don't have any Tom, Dick and Harry sitting on Sharia board, in which it is happening. I can tell you that, okay, in some countries, if you go there, you can see that Sharia certification is being given by a person who is not qualified to give the certification. So to a certain extent, that might affect the integrity of the product. Now, the other point that I would like to highlight is that in terms of integrity of the Sharia board. Now, in Malaysia, the Sharia board is answerable to the board of directors of the bank. Even though I personally believe that the best model is that for the members of the Sharia board to be elected by the shareholders and not appointed by the board of the bank, because to a certain extent there might be some constraint or some areas in which there will be a conflict of interest. As it is now, okay, it is the board of directors that appoint the Sharia board, so that will to a certain extent give the integrity of the board. If the board is being answerable to the management of the bank, then definitely, okay, the integrity of the board, independency of the board is very much questionable. So in our case in Malaysia, what we have done is that, okay, it has to be, and I've seen, I think earlier on in the annual report of Mizan Bank, I think Mizan Bank here in Pakistan have sort of the same reporting structure, okay, in which the Sharia board is reporting to the board of the bank, and I think this is very important. So moving forward, I believe that it is very important for us to ensure the integrity of the Sharia board, and also to ensure that Sharia board is being appointed, qualified people is there to supervise the Sharia issues in Islamic banking and finance, because that is the backbone, as I mentioned earlier on, in Islamic banking and finance. Towards the end of my slide, I did mention about the different approaches in the Sharia supervision. Okay, you can have people or scholars who are very much quote-unquote rigid, okay, in issuing certain fatwas, and there are the other extreme, those who are very much lenient. Okay, later on you can refer to my slide and give some of the examples. And also, I think the middle one, to try to understand. I personally believe the challenge is that for the Sharia scholars to understand what is on the ground, okay, and try to come up with any decision, any resolution which is practicable and applicable on the ground. Because sometimes, okay, I myself, I was in academy for quite some time before I came to Islam. We can see that, I mean, in the academic world, okay, sometimes we are very much into the theoretical aspect of things. But sometimes whatever is there, okay, the theoretical aspect of it does not necessarily can be applicable or implemented on the ground. So it is very important for us to combine between the theoretical aspect as well as the application aspect, so that we can have decisions, okay, that is applicable on the ground and that is practicable. Because nowadays Islamic banking is not only talking about the Islamicity of the product. I think we have to move one step ahead, okay, in which we also have to ensure that Islamic bank gives the best services. We have to ensure they are late. So I hope that whatever that I have highlighted, okay, is beneficial, and hope to share with you probably on the future. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before I start my presentation, I would like to inform the audience that in response to a query raised by one of the respected speakers, that Pakistan has not been able to develop the liquidity management tools or the products. Basically, it took time to develop these products, but every country has to look into the problems which the country is facing. For example, the import bills is a problem for the economy of Pakistan. So we took time to develop such kind of liquidity management, like substitute for conventional trade bills, which can meet the demand of the central government import bills. Now, alhamdulillah, we have been able to produce or develop such kind of Sharia compliant substitute for T-bills, which will fulfill the needs of the import bills of the government of Pakistan. Secondly, we have been able to develop the repurchase option conventional substitute for Sharia compliant banks. So the liquidity management tools are now in the hands of Pakistan Banks Association, Subcommittee for Islamic Finance Institutions, and it will take a short time to present to the respected chairman of this session, Mr. Pervez Said, for one word implementation of these programs. I have a pleasure to present before you today another long thinking, which similar one I presented 3 years back in the same hall in the name of Sharia Compliant Substitute for Running Finance Facility of the National Bank. There was a pure profit and loss based substitute, which was a long thinking 3 years back, but now it has become a reality, and the product is ready in the hands of not only my bank but also another bank for the industrial clients of the Islamic Bank. Today we are again inshallah going to discuss with you another long thinking which with the grace of Almighty Allah will become reality in the foreseeable future as Almighty Allah grace us and we have been able to develop Sharia compliant substitute for a hard product which is called for conventional banking, that is running finance facility. The objectives of my presentation of today is to highlight the importance of the agro-based industries for Pakistan economy. Number 2, to highlight the role of Islamic finance for the growth of agro-based industrial development to ultimately achieve the objective of favorable balance of trade of Pakistan. And the last one is to present the proposed structure for agriculture oriented food. As you know that Pakistan has an agriculture-based economy, and agriculture is the main contributor to the GDP of Pakistan. Thus, industry is mainly dependent upon agricultural products for Pakistan, and agro-based industry means that most of the country's agricultural products are utilized to produce goods which are manufactured in the industries to not only fulfill the domestic demands, but they are also exported to world precious foreign exchange for Pakistan. If we see the current situation of balance of trade, we must focus on exporting such kinds of goods which can be manufactured by utilizing countries' own agricultural products. On the other hand, per acre utilization of land is another problem which needs immediate remedial action. There are some of the factors which can directly affect the agricultural production, like low rainfall, excessive heat or cold, natural catastrophes like flood, pest attacks. Yet another factor which is indirectly affecting the production of the agricultural products in Pakistan is how be arranged for the production of agricultural products. If we analyze the ways and means available to finance the agricultural sector, we feel some lacking in the availability of organized sector financing to achieve positive incremental change in the agricultural products. How Islamic finance can play a vital role for the development of this sector is that Islamic finance can be very helpful in achieving positive incremental change in the agricultural products. This is because of two reasons. Firstly, our rural population can quickly understand Islamic financing products as the population, to a certain extent, is not only used to the nature of Islamic finance, but also willing to adopt Islamic model financing. Secondly, the nature of Islamic model financing reserves the production of goods and services against conventional banking transactions, which are based on money-to-money exchange at premium. Now, let me just introduce you the agriculture-oriented certificates of investment, or this is called SCOOP. Basically, this idea has been derived from a Sharia-compliant contract, which is called Muzaraat. Muzaraat is a type of partnership where one party supplies the land as well as bears the cost of fertilizers and seeds, whereas the other party works on the land, or in other words, cultivates the land, and also bears the rent of animals, now mostly machines and other tools. Thus, the produce is divided between both the parties according to pre-agreement. How can be structured a Muzaraat contract to be executed by Islamic financial institutions with the landlords, is that the Islamic financial institutions will enter into Muzaraat contract with different landlords to finance the cost of labor, cultivation activities, plus fertilizers and seeds, and the rent of animals, now mostly machines and other tools. On the basis of these agreements, Sukuk or Muzaraat certificates will be issued by the respective landlords. Islamic financial institutions will hire the Muzaraat with an agreement to share a specific portion of the cultivated crops as consideration for his work. A group of Islamic financial institutions can appoint an investment agent to disburse the funds for meeting the cost of seeds, rent of animals, now mostly machines and other tools, and the advance payment to Muzaraat to meet their monthly basic food needs. This will be deducted at the conclusion of Muzaraat contract against the share of crops. How this will work? At the time of cutting the crops, the Muzaraat will get his share of crops. The share will be subject to deduction of advance payment made by Islamic financial institutions to meet Muzaraat monthly basic food needs. The remaining crops will be sold on the spot to the buyers. All costs, including cost of cutting, will be deducted from the revenue of the sold crops. The net revenue so arrived will be distributed among the landlords and Islamic financial institutions in the agreed ratio of profit. To mitigate the risk of loss of crops, takaful coverage will be available for the Islamic financial institutions. This will also create a new avenue for the promotion of takaful investment in Pakistan. Now, if we see the structure at a glance, at the left-hand side of this structure is the types of investment sukuk. The types of investment sukuk is Muzaraat, means share swapping certificates. Description of investment sukuk is these are the certificates of equal value issued for the sake of using the mobilized funds to finance a Muzaraat contract, which we have discussed. The certificate holders become entitled to a share in the crop as per agreement. And the third and last point, the Sharia rulings and requirements is that the issuer is the landlord. Subscribers are the Islamic financial institutions who subscribe for Muzaraat certificates. The mobilized funds are the cost of labor, cultivation activities plus seeds, rent of animals, now mostly machines and tools, then the profit from support for Islamic financial institutions will be the share of the goodwill as per agreement. Jazakumullah khairan ahsanul jazaa. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
For Mr. Bilal Rasool, he will be talking on Mudarba role of Mudarba sector in the Islamic banking, the Islamic financial institution. Mr. Bilal Rasool has the privilege to develop 12 new products for the Mudarba sector in Pakistan. He is now supervising.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A couple of acknowledgements and congratulations are due to Mr. Zubair Muhammad. I want to thank him for the honor to come and speak here. This is a very impressive turnout. I think it's one of the largest conferences I've ever been to. Secondly, it's also an honor for me to be on the same panel as Mr. Saeed, the Director at the State Bank. He has been a real source of inspiration for me as Registrar of the Darbars in providing the guidance in trying to regulate the regulatory framework for the non-banking and financial and the other part of the financial sector. Just to clarify, Islamic banking and finance comprises actually two portions of the financial market. The banking, which is regulated by the State Bank of Pakistan, and the finance in the Islamic Banking and Finance, that is regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan. The finance part includes the NBFCs, the non-banking finance companies, which are the leasing companies, the investment banks, venture capital companies, mutual funds, Mudarbas, and the couple is a separate division. My senior colleague, Dr. Hashim, will be speaking on that a little later. I'm not going to take a long time, just going to be very brief, talk a little bit about SECB's approach in the Islamic Finance Initiative. Our approach is very simple. We want to create an effective regulatory environment for the